get me right, I'm not tribal, but this is just something I've realized. Almost all the people I know who are my aides, they are all in the Kikuyus. The Kikuyus I know, they're all in the DCP party. Almost half of the Luos that I know are in ODM. Almost everyone I know who is a challenging my age is in UDA. So we are all politicized and tribal and hiding behind reforms. You find someone saying 1 term, 2 term. Someone will say 2 term because they're benefiting from it. Someone will say 1 term because their kingpin is out of the government or anything. So the youths have a very big role to play in this. Like, we just have to be sincere with ourselves. Like, what do you really want? Are you lying to yourself? Are you being blinded? You know what is happening is, right now, I'm a supporter of 2 term. I've actually, the first political party I joined was UDA, because I was working for people who were in UDA when I was a photographer. Out of nowhere, people will wake up very early and come vote 20 million voters and vote William Ruto out, and that is how they'll incite us into violence after Ruto has won. So let us stay guided on the same. To the youths, we have a very big role to play in the politics, in the upcoming elections. Let us avoid violence. Let us avoid being blinded to violence and unnecessary distractions in the country. Let us be sincere with ourselves politically, and let us stop being commercial activists, and just be objective with whatever is here, the politics. And one thing also, fight for yourself. No one is coming to save you, whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether your father has what, whether your mother has what. First, fight for yourself, fight for your nation.
Hello everyone, my name is Elizabeth Odendi.
And I am Judith Juma.
And welcome to the State of Her podcast,
where we're moving past minimums to real equality.
Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth Odendi.
I am Judith Juma.
And welcome to the State of Her podcast.
We're moving past minimums to real equality. And today we are excited to be in another episode with an amazing guest who we think is a phenomenal woman. And we're happy today to introduce her, to hear about her story. Please welcome to the State of Our podcast. Please tell us about yourself.
Thank you so much for inviting me over. My name is Faith Beatrice, the current president of Daystar University, and the first female president after the new constitution. Such a great thing. I'm really proud of that, and I hope you all are proud.
Oh yes, we are.
This is Constitution 2010. I'm a Constitution ya Daystar.
After the new constitution, like for Daystar University.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's me.
So Faith, being the president, and congratulations to you, being the first female president, ulianza aje your journey into politics?
Basically, it doesn't go direct to like journey to politics, but I think it starts from childhood, and I want to appreciate my parents, because this is something I'm getting to know as an adult. There's some type of confidence they instilled in me. I really don't think they know it, but from an adult perspective, I think it's because of the confidence. So when I was young, my mother is a teacher, and she used to guide me. So when I go to school, I'm a sharp kid.
Yeah.
So that one boosted my confidence. And also I want to appreciate my parents. Being that sharp kid, obviously in primary school, I always position 1, 2, 3. I don't remember in primary school not being position 1, 2, 3. I don't remember that. So you find that because of the confidence, you're a bright kid, you have the confidence. Wakichagua prefect kwa class, it's Faith. It's Faith. So because of the confidence, the leadership started growing. So you're always sure that when they need a class prefect, it's Faith. So the government brought this thing where pupils in primary school are now like being called the president, the deputy president. So in standard 6, once I learned about this thing and the head teacher told us about it, I was like, I want to vie. But no, I was very tiny. I wanted to vie for president. I'm very ambitious. I wanted to vie for president. But now, there's a teacher, I can't remember his name. He used to wear glasses. He told me, no, you can't vie for president, look for another position. So I scanned, and I went for something called Peace, Justice and Cohesion. So that was my first docket.
Ilikuwa club ama?
No, after the Ministry of Education introducing ISO president, people are not called like head boy, head girl. So that was like something like a ministry. So it was like Peace, Justice and Cohesion. So we went for elections, and I won. So the elections, actually they were starting from somehow grassroots. So you elected from the school level, you went to the zonal, sub-county, county, the nationals. So I got up to county levels, and then I was supposed to go to nationals, but I think my parents didn't see the need of me going to nationals. It was like, it's not that serious, you're still young and all that, so I stopped it from that level. But I was representing everyone in that position in the whole of Sia County, but I really don't think if that thing is still going on. Maybe I'll do research on it. So it started from there. In 2017, I became the deputy president of the school. And then in 2018, I was still the deputy president, because in primary school, they really believe that it's a boy who's supposed to head there. So I was the deputy president in class 7, class 8, that was in 2018. And then I joined Form 1 now, after my KCPE. And first term was just like a normal student, still sharp, still topping the class, but hapo kwa stream unajua, finding people from different schools na wanakunyorosha, so pale kwa class ndio una shine. So I became the class prefect in second term, and people liked me because I'm that one person, me si mtiaji. We go with the vibe. Yes, we do the right things, but siwezi sema mkifanya anything wrong. So you find like wewe ni mtu wa watu something. So I became the class prefect until Form 2 second term, and then now holding another elections. And then from there, Form 4 insisted that I vie for presidency. The same thing happened. There's a teacher who was like, no, you're still young, you can't be the president. So I went for the deputy president. So in Form 2, Form 3, I was the deputy president. Now when I wanted to vie for presidency now in Form 3, the journey was cut short. So I never vied for presidency in high school. The journey was cut short. I was forced to resign.
Why?
Okay, mimi mtu wa watu. The students can follow what I want. Tunasumbuana na the administration. And at this point, I'm not performing well in class. So it became an issue with the parents and the administration also. So the deputy principal, who happens to be a family friend, was called by my parents, and then went to the office, and she told me, now, what you'll have to do, you'll have to resign. Like, it was not, I didn't have an option. It was not optional.
You didn't have a say.
It was not optional. But then you're in high school, so you can't say much, because if you say much, you're going to be suspended. So, they decided that now, we cut short your leadership thing. You have to focus on your nini, wache kusumbuana na walimu pia. Then you see that ego, where you are a leader of these students, they listen to you. So inamaanisha utakuwa unasumbuana na mwalimu, because you have a backup. So I was forced to resign, and one tragic thing happened, and I really cried that day. You've resigned, you don't have the power. In high school now, you wear the blazer and everything. So
people can see your leadership.
Drop them back to normal students. And then I had afro hair, and so the deputy principal told me, now you will also need to shave that hair so that you just focus on studies. I didn't understand, why would you shave your hair because
of school, of studies?
So it was like, shave that hair. I was forced to shave. Very crazy. On that day I cried. I didn't eat for like 2 days. And then after some time, I healed so fast. And it's because of like where I come from. In my family, if you're crying and like you don't want to eat, no one will follow up with you if you're eating or not. So when it comes to my emotions, I'm very stable emotionally. So after 2 days, back to my feet, back to my gang, you know.
Let me ask.
Life continued.
Vile uliambiwa, shave your head. So is it that it was just the prefects who are allowed to have?
No, everyone was allowed to keep hair. But now, I don't know, African mindset of parents and maybe people who believe you can always do better. They're like, no, you know, it is distracting.
Out of focus.
I always wonder, what is it with the hair? And so I was forced to shave, so I shaved. And I went, like, you see, from that hyper person in school to like very low key, just do my own things. So in Form 4, I got my spark back. So we are the ones who are now, you know, disturbing the leaders now. But again, Form 4 third term, tukatulia, and we're just like, let's focus on the studies and all that, because I wanted to get into a lot of politics and impeach the person who was there.
Impeachment.
We're like, let me let these people work. I finish school and go. But in high school, I used to read a lot of leadership books, and I was like, more of, man, we are capable to change something. When something is not happening right, we are capable to change. And that is where I got the mindset where nothing is impossible for a willing heart. So how I got into politics. So that was like my journey with leadership. Nothing political about it. You know, it's just like people believe you can always lead. Even in high school, you find that in group discussions, academics, it might be a subject that I'm not good in, but they're like, she's going to be the group leader, because they know nikiwa hapo vitu zitaenda like, you know, I'm good at actually organizing things. Even road trips. I'm good at organizing things and making sure things are well. So that is all about leadership. And nothing politics. You know, in high school, there's nothing much you're doing when it comes to politics. So immediately after I finished high school, so in between Form 2 and Form 4, there was COVID. So in 2020, I got a chance to visit my aunt in Kisumu, and I'm actually proud of her for making me what I am. She guided me in a few stuff. I visited her, and she had a studio in Kisumu. So a studio just like this. There were people doing photography and interviewing people and all that. So I got to learn a few things when it comes to photography and videography. And once I was home from visiting her, I was so interested, and I saw another guy with a camera, so we became friends. And this time he was not around, and he told me, there's a gig, I want you to go to that gig. Ufanye hiyo kazi, then we'll split. So that's after Form 4. It was a political gig. So I took pictures, and you know, I just took pictures, and immediately, you know, after taking the pictures, he told me, tafuta namba ya watu wapiga picha watumie. Those people are like MPs. They were doing a fundraiser somewhere in the village. So because of the confidence, I just went direct to them and like requested for their contacts, and I shared the photos with them. The photos were good, and they started inviting me when they are going for like different rallies. So that is where I dropped the videography and photography thing and just got interested with politics, the lifestyle, how they do planning. So in most cases, you'd find me, I'm in a group heading somewhere, but I'm not going as like team photographers or anything. We're going as people who planned something, people who mobilized. Then I joined campus now. You know, like your period after high school, you wait for like 8 months to join. So I joined campus, and a guy called Lewis Sekento, he's one of my good friends. But they big up Lewis Sekento. Najua atasikia raha sana. So he saw my pictures on Instagram. I had taken a picture with Raymond Omolo, the peers, Zalango. You know, when you're outside there, you know, you meet these people and you can do the photo op and all that. And he realized that I love politics. And he DM'd me and he was like, no, there's something that is going on and we need to help these students. And then I was like, what's up? he told me they want to change some clauses in the constitution and they're not favoring most of us. So you find like in Daystar, for you to vie for a political position or an elective position, you must have an average GPA of 2.5 and above. So they wanted to increase it to 3 point something. We were like, no, that one will be limiting people who
can vie. Yeah.
And there were some other clauses, I don't remember. There were like 4. Oh, they also wanted to extend their term. You see, you're supposed to serve for 1 academic year, so they wanted to extend their term. But now, I think Lewis wanted to vie. He was like, if these people extend their term, then I won't be able to vie.
Yeah.
So what he's not a smart politician. I didn't know his interest, but he approached me in a way that I'd feel, no, we are fighting for students.
Let me ask, in what year was Lewis at the time?
At the time, Lewis was finishing his diploma, almost enrolling now degree.
So it's like he was afraid of the possibility that he would be locked out, he would be done with school, and he would not be able to vie if the term is extended.
Because also the constitution says that you must have like 36 credits completed and at least 36 remaining. So this is first week, first semester. Hata sijashika admission number yangu, hata sijui portal still fresh. But I'm now, they are psyched up. No, he sent me the constitution. I read it overnight and I now understand every clause, and we go for a referendum and we win. So it means the clauses were not introduced because the people who proposed it, they lost. So from there, we supported someone. Unfortunately, he lost, but we learned the hard way. Now me and Lewis were like frontliners. At that time, I was like blogging, blogging for that guy. We didn't know the strategies of like winning an election. So we were like really blogging for this guy who we were supporting, and at the forefront. This guy he had like money, and then we did branding. So we're like, man, we are the ones taking this.
For sure.
So unfortunately, he lost, and it was a very tough day for us. I feel like Neka politics. You see the way Arsenal people they put it. Now that's why I can never do football. Politics can't destroy you in football peer. So man, on that day I really cried. Like I cried silently inside the camp. You see, somehow there's just a way you can predict. There's a whole team, and unapata governor may lose. Kama governor may lose, when your president atawin. You understand? So before they even counted the votes for the president, I knew our guy had gone home.
So kwa hii certain campaign, you are the social media person.
Social media, always there with suits, forefront, fighting for students. Committees, we are there always on the forefront. Like we were like the chief campaigners for this guy. So with me, I was like, I got first years for you, because I'm in my first year. Now that's second semester. From there, we lost elections, and in the same evening, I was staying in Athi River campus, because when I was admitted, I went to Athi River campus straight, and then I later transferred to Nairobi. So on that particular day that we lost, we didn't even eat. I didn't want to go back to Athi River, because on that side, we've lost elections. I was the loudest. So I'm like,
they know you.
They know me. So I couldn't go. I couldn't go back there, and we went to Lewis's place, my friend, and we said we'll never lose an election in Daystar again. And Lewis said, I'm going to vie for president. And me, I was like, we are going to back you. And we're like, we will never lose elections
again
in Daystar. You know what we did? The one who lost, he lost. We went for someone who knows how to know in election. We befriended now the president. Lewis knew his teams around him. Became close friends, and we're now like a friend group, politicians. And we always say by 2032 kwa hiyo mbogi yetu kuna mtu atakuwa parliament.
That's good.
So we said we'll never lose elections, and now Lewis is working around with this guy who had won elections. And there was a mastermind behind that guy. So we became friends. We started working together, and they pushed. Lewis vied for presidency, and Lewis won. And I was like one of the chief campaigners for Lewis. I was, imagine we have political parties.
Yeah.
So I was the chairperson.
So wait, are these political parties in school?
This is in school.
Oh wow. They are registered ama tu ni zile tu za shule tu?
Za shule tu. Za shule tu. So being the chairperson, I was like playing also a big role in mobilization, nini. And then from there, Lewis served his term. A lot happened. Now me and Lewis we part ways. So when he was serving his term, I was actually doing my own things. That is where I went to Safina. You know, between friends, you can get like a bit of storms, but I went now to Safina. I was like, now I'm not in this school politics.
So now this is national.
But I knew I was going to vie. I knew I was going to be president after Lewis. Because Lewis had told me, we'll never lose elections. I'm going to vie for presidency. You support me, and the next
I'll support you.
Yeah. So during that time when there was like ups and downs in the friendship, I heal so fast, and I make peace with things so fast. Yeah. So I went now to Safina to like find something else to do, because now there's nothing much going on in school politics. Now I joined Safina party. I met Fidel.
You joined as what?
I joined as a member.
Okay.
And they always say you create your opportunity for yourself. So Fidel had created something to...
Wait, what year were you in when you were joining Safina party?
That's now third year, second semester.
Okay.
Yeah. So I meet Fidel. He's a very vibrant guy from UN. He's actually friends with Jagero. So I met Fidel, and he told me, now there's this comrades caucus that are formed, and I'm the president. And I was like, oh, this is an opportunity. You're the president. Do you have a deputy? No, you don't have now. I'll appoint myself a deputy. So from there you get a negotiation power from So we worked, mobilized a bit of comrades to come. We started putting in ideas, but in the long run, things didn't go as planned. And just recently, if you saw it on social media, I said, no, let me quit, because I want to go for like something that is active, and you see the direction it's taking. And now that I've vied and I've won, somehow I've learned that there are some things that happen in politics. Nothing in politics happens by coincidence. Things are planned, and also there's no fallacy in politics. You're either dealing with the reality. So I don't know if you guys get me. So I decided that let me go to somewhere that is active, and I'm pretty sure there's something I'm doing that is making sense. We started with the hype. I went to KU, talked to people from KMTCs down in Sia County, National Polytechnics. Like I wanted to bring everyone on board so that we have that comrades caucus in Safia. But now with time, I felt like things were not working where I expected. Things were not moving. And when things are not moving, it's a very difficult situation to be in. So I decided to resign and look for somewhere where things are active.
Faith, I'm interested in... I've heard of two strengths. You said you're good at mobilizing and you're good at organizing, and I could hear it in the story. Now, you're a campus student, yeah? And there's the campus politics. You've told us about the caucus. You've told us about being a chief campaigner. How were you playing your role as an organizer who is a student, and perhaps there were other things involved, like looking for finances, bringing students together? What made you have that kind of success as a student who is navigating school, and at the same time you're navigating leadership? And I'm just imagining campus politics can also be as hot. It requires the candidate to put themselves out there. What strengths were you leveraging, either financially or whatever, to mobilize and organize effectively, and for this candidate to win?
Okay, so this is like for the candidate and also for myself.
Even for yourself, yeah.
So whatever happens is like mimi mtu wa watu.
Yeah.
You know, like I know how to just be friends, and okay, I can say I'm a clown somehow, also a cool person.
Yeah.
So I don't find it difficult to convince someone to do something, because sini mabeste. Siwe ni boys wangu, like, you know.
Yeah.
You're like babes, mbogi. So I don't really have to use finances to mobilize. Okay. It's just like one phone call, and it's strategy. You get 10 people, you tell 10 people, like let's say we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this room. If I want to get 50 people, I'll tell each of you to get 10 people.
Okay.
So it's about strategy.
Yeah.
And also in politics, you must have your people. Watu wanakusikiza. Even if you're going the wrong way, watakusikiza. So if you get your own people when watakusikiza, it's very easy to mobilize without funds.
Yeah.
And now, when it came to my time for vying, I barely had, like, I was not sleeping. I was not sleeping because during the day, you have campaigns.
Okay.
In the evening, you have classes. The next day, you have assignments. So what was happening is we were not sleeping, and me and my campaign manager, we were not sleeping. My campaign manager is a very tall guy. He's like 6'3", very hardworking man. Yeah. I'd call him my campaign manager, but right now he's more like a brother to me. You find the person that I mostly talk to. He's the one, and he's one of the smartest people I've ever met. Yeah, he's still young. He's like 24, but he's one of the smartest people I've ever met. Yeah. Very strategic people. So we never sleep. Even after winning elections. Yeah, I thought I was going to rest for maybe a week or two. After 3 days, this guy was like calling me, FB, uko wapi? Calling me, FB, uko wapi? Tunafaa kupanga nini? So you find this guy was like pushing me. If we need to do something, we'll have to like just create time for it. If we need to make phone calls for these people to come to this particular place, we have to create time for it. Even if we finish at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., we have to do it. So he's that one person who also pushed me, because he's not lazy. And he would ask me, FB, mi jina yangu iko kwa ballot. I'd be like, apana, sawa tu hiyo usingizi, we're doing this. You know, he's a very tough guy and very straightforward. I don't know, he's very low key, but maybe somewhere around the podcast I'll mention his name. I'll give him a shout out, because I really believe in him, and he'll go to heaven. He's a
now you've mentioned two strategies, like you've mentioned them here and there. Now this is Faith Beatrice running for presidency. What are the strategies? Like, break them down for us, because najua huku national tunajua ni kwenda campaign hapa na pale, handouts hapa na pale. So how does that?
No, in Daystar politics we do the delegate system, where you elect the Congress, and then the Congress elects the council. So the council has like the president, the deputy, the treasurer, SG. So it first started by you identifying who is going to be my Congress in this particular faculty or particular school.
Yes.
You see, you can't wait for someone nikuje nikusimamishe alafu mtu akuja kuombe kura yako. It's going to be very difficult to buy that loyalty. So you have to first identify who is gonna be the Congress for this particular school.
Yeah.
So personally, me and my team, we worked on to divide this kazi. Me, I come from School of Arts and Social Sciences, so you find that my duty is to make sure we get all the 3 votes from School of Science, from School of Arts and Social Sciences. My other fellow who come from School of Nursing, the SG, he's mandated to give the team 3 votes from there. So we have to identify first, and we identify people who qualify for those positions. So that was our strategy. Identify first. After identifying, make sure you train these people on how to win elections and support them. So even for my campaigns, the little finances I got, it didn't like finance me mostly. It was financing the little things the congresses are doing to get elected. Because tuseme nikikusimamisha na lose atujasaidiana, like I'm going to lose because you lost.
Yeah.
You know, so I have to facilitate you so that you win. once you win, you cannot vote for me. So that was the strategy. Like, simamisha mtu wako, train them on how to win elections, tembea nao, facilitate them, they win elections, and now they vote for you. That was the major strategy. Another strategy was also to be smart, keep confusing the opponents. Personally, they never knew what I was doing because I was private about everything. They only knew my team after the what do we call? We always go for interviews before you're nominated to the ballot, before you can now appear on the ballot. So after the interviews
in front of who?
The dean of students, the chaplain, the sitting president, the chair of the electoral commission. Yeah, so after the interviews, now that is when they knew that this is the SG in Faith Beatrice's team and everything. So one thing I also learned in politics is that you have to know how to shut your mouth so that the opponent doesn't know your strategies. Yeah. So that was one of the weapons also, because like no one understood what we were doing. And me, I love PR. But now when I met this guy and he was now guiding me on how we're going to win these elections, he told me, FB najua napenda mbwembe, but for now lazima utatulia, because I don't like talking about my opponent, but you could find if he had a meeting with his team, could like take snaps, TikTok reels and all that. But us, we never did that, because if you do that, you're exposing yourself. So it means you can't be able to get information from the other end, because maybe like someone knows, you're not in that team. Yeah. You're not in that team. You're just trying to get information from them. So they couldn't understand like what we are doing, but we were not sleeping. It was one of the most hectic campaigns I've ever experienced, and one of the issues that I faced, the challenges, was financial issue. It was crazy, but my friends came in, they supported me a bit, but it was crazy. Like, it was like hand to mouth. Like in the morning you get like 30,000.
From where?
From friends.
Okay.
I actually have friends who, like students, a friend who contributed like 20,000, and she's a student. 13,000, she's a student. So in the morning maybe you discuss with a friend, get like 10k. By lunchtime that money is nowhere to be seen.
Where has it gone to?
It has gone to facilitate the meetings. Let's say I want to meet a congress. We go somewhere in Kilimani at cafe. We go in Serena, kunywa coffee. If you're in a suit, they'll assume you have that man. But deep down, mfuko inalia, but unashikilia tu asiweda food.
Wanataka kickbacks ukiingia kwa kiti.
Pardon?
Na ukiingia kwa kiti, alafu wanasema sasa Faith tunataka utupeange favors. Yeah. How do you handle that?
Actually, me, I don't mind giving a favor to someone who like gave me a favor at some point in life. It's like just giving back. You understand? So in school you find that we're always supposed to, if you're a student council, we're given free food. For like today I'm not in school and someone doesn't have lunch and they call me, they want pesa lunch, I'll tell them, go sign my food, you eat. That's like you're giving back.
Simple favors.
These are simple favors.
Sasa nataka imagine sasa you're in the outside national politics, because now it comes in a different scale, whereby I think you've been seeing on the news how female politicians are getting accusations about how they got into politics. And now in campus, the way the favor can come would be a student would just innocently come and say, sinilikusaidia in this way, sasa mimi nataka pale DH mimi ni kuangikole tonga high table, but now you're outside, you're dealing with politicians who the nature of the favors they want is different. As someone who is now in a political party in national politics, what message would you give women to navigate those kinds of challenges that come with ulisaidia mtu, now they want something in return?
I think one thing I always say is, if it is not meant for you, it is not meant for you. So if at all someone wants a favor that you think you can't satisfy or you can't give them, it is not the end of the world. You can let it be. You won't die. So you don't have to, spoil your reputation because you want to get a favor. It is not the end of the world. And if it is written that it is meant for you, you will get it even without the particular favors. Yeah, so mine is to urge them that don't spoil your reputation or like your self-esteem trying to get something. It is not the end of the world. Yeah.
So I'm wondering, because elections in private universities is very different from elections in public universities. Because in public universities, we went to Bomet and we realized that there are politicians funding campaigns and things like that. The administration controls sort of who gets into the seats. So in your school, like, do you have such instances? Kuna watu walikuwa wanafundiwa na politicians, ama tu ni two students ndio wanawachangia, and then does Daystar University sort of feed into the national politics, hence sasa politicians kumes and the administration also coming
in? Daystar, even the Daystar charter doesn't allow external politics in school. And my school is very straightforward with morals. And now that it's a Christian based university, so funding from outside it is not allowed. You understand? We're not allowed to be funded from outside, and also mixing politics and anything going on in school. Like, personally, this is a challenge I've faced. When I'm doing my national politics, I have to identify myself as Faith Beatrice, not as Daystar president, because you find that me introducing myself as the Daystar president, it means the opinion that I have represents the whole Daystar. So I've been having a challenge trying to tell students that I also have a life, and whatever I say outside there is my opinion. And whatever we do in school, it's our thing. But when I'm outside here, it's me as Faith Beatrice. So the students have had challenge to like separate between Faith Beatrice, who is our DUSA president, and Faith Beatrice, who has her own life. Faith Beatrice is trying to, make it in life, get it to where she wants to get to. So I really think that is one challenge that I've experienced with all this. So Daystar doesn't allow external funding from politics and politicians. So if the Electoral Commission finds that you're being funded by someone who is political, or you're like being funded by a political party, then you're barred from elections, because that is not what the Daystar charter wants. Okay. So
how did you balance? Because by the time you were vying for presidency, you're also in a national political party, right?
Yes.
So were you asked any questions around that, or they didn't know? How did you go about navigating that?
Well, during the interviews, I was asked, but I had to explain that it is nothing to do with Daystar. It is like, it's a democratic world, so you can have your opinions, but it is nothing to do with anything that I'm going for in student leadership. And the panel understood, because like that is how it is. It's a democratic world. Yeah.
Okay.
But one thing is, Daystar doesn't allow funding from outside. So you see, even because of the foundation of the university and the moral foundation and the faith, there's no way, even me as DUSA president, if I want to do an event, I can't bring alcoholic brands to school. Our morals doesn't allow that. So you understand? And you see, politics has a lot of things. So that is why I think we can't also allow mixing ourselves with things to do with external politics. If I'm doing an event, I can call you guys as partners, the social justice and everything. But I can't bring something. I know I can't mention a brand, but I can't bring an alcoholic or a betting company. That it is not in line with our morals and something that is in the Daystar charter.
I'm curious to talk about, earlier when we were outside, you told us about your friends who are male, who have really helped you in supporting you in your journey in politics, in campus. And women usually have that difficulty of having men around them as mentors or as helpers in their political journey.
Yeah.
How has it been easy? How come it has been easy for you to have a team of men who support you? And how did you get to a point where that comes very naturally for you?
Mm-hmm. I think just the way I told you, I'm an easy person. Like, I don't niko na mbwembwe but naweza tulia when it comes to kutulia, okay?
Yeah.
So I met Lewis and we built some very strong relationship as friends. Through Lewis, I met one of his friends called Olomayani Nana. So Nana and Lewis, we were friends from like now the first year I joined campus, my first semester, first year, we went all through to up to now. Yeah. So actually when I was coming to Nairobi to stay now in Nairobi, they helped me get a house near where they stay. So we were like saying, you see the way you stay in campus like brother, sister, leo tutakula kwa huyu, kesho tutakula kwa huyu. And then they come to realize that this lady, si ule mwenye like we are discussing anything sexual or we were discussing growth among us like, hey man, siku moja tutafika hapa. So napata, we can always like play a lot, tutusiane nini. But then when it comes to serious support of an individual, we come together for one.
Yeah.
So through Lewis, I was able to meet Eddie. Actually, big up, shout out Eddie. Leo nimekuanika, don't worry. Yeah, he's such a great man. One thing for sure, a very smart guy. And his future is bright. Tutasimama naye, juu amesimama na sisi. He has made 3 presidents just from being the smart guy.
The brains behind
power behind power. Yeah. He's a very smart guy. I'm just letting you guys know that I'm appreciated.
Now we know.
Yeah. So I got to meet Eddie, and that has been my circle when it comes to politics. And that's Nana, Eddie, Felix Ochieng, who is the former president. We're also in like one friend group, Eddie, Lewis. So you see, when we sit like together to discuss growth, we really don't discuss politics. So we always like discussing 2032 nani ataingia bunge, 2027 nani anaingia bunge. And just the way you said, we are not going to lose any election anytime soon. So you find that if I'm with these guys and they believe in me, they elevate me. Like me as a woman, I'm not a strong woman without the strong men behind me. They're the ones who believe in me and put me there. And I want to encourage any man who wants to empower a lady. Don't fear. We are the best people when you empower us, not the ladies that you pay for them school fees, they graduate and then wanakuacha. No, you also have to check the angle of empowerment you're giving to a lady. So you find these men, they protect me, and also they believe in me, and they empower me. So in recent occasions, you find that when we are negotiating politics and I'm with them, because they've empowered me, I can talk on behalf of them. So the other party takes me serious. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that also it is something that works, so that you are protected from the sexual not harassment per se, but the other figure trying to sexualize everything. They'll
minimize your place.
They'll take you serious because you've been empowered by men, and these men are here. They're also smart, but they just endorse you. Hey, now you speak on behalf of us. So it's a big up.
So you haven't experienced any type of because in national politics, what we've come to understand is that when you see ladies who've been supported by men, they are usually called flower girls, because people assume that they've slept their way through power, and that's why they're being supported. So have you experienced anything like that?
Okay,
from other people,
like someone saying that I haven't experienced that. And actually, every time when I'm talking to my peers, I always flex, and sometimes unapatanga msa anajua huyu alishadetingi huyu. In Daystar, one thing for sure, always flex. No one can ever say they've dated me or anything like that.
Yeah.
So that is always my flex when they come complaining, Nani did this to me, Nani did this to me. So personally, when it comes to like sexual allegations, I haven't experienced that. I haven't experienced that because like it is visible that you will see me at 4 a.m. running up and down. And actually during my campaigns, I used to finish campaigns like and it started even when I was supporting Mary's. We could finish campaign in Nairobi campus like from morning to evening. By 5 we are all on online classes, expressway at the river. By 3 a.m. we are coming back. We do all that for like 2 months until we win election. So it's evident these people are seeing you are not just here as a flower girl, and if you sit down to talk to them, they see like, yes, this is what she does. So you don't need an explanation. It's something that it doesn't. I don't know. Yeah, so I haven't experienced sexual allegation.
And now when it comes to, because are you part of a political party now after leaving Safina?
Yeah.
Now, how does your role look like now that you're in a political party as a youth?
As a youth?
Yes.
So, okay, personally, I joined it like 3 weeks ago. And I'm still trying to understand and maybe connect with the young captains in the party, so that once you get the structure, it's very easy for you to get where can I fit in, where can I work. So I'm still not having any role or DM, but I'm yet to sit down with the young captains, reach out to someone like Roslyn Alionyo. We sit down and maybe see what is there in the young captains, what is there in the youth league. So I'm yet to explore. I'm yet to explore. Maybe one of these findings, msishangae mkiniona huko rally na orange.
Nimesikia kusema kuna mbwembwe, ngoja kuziona.
Akapata strategies.
The other day, I was just sleeping and notifications. Oh wait, you're training. Media streams are very funny. The part that I said something sensible was not posted. The part that I said something that was cloud chasing, it was posted. And whatever he said, it was I mentioned Kikuyu mafia and Kiambu mafia, and I was talking about the previous government where like they used to, like, you look at the cabinet and it was mostly the Kikuyus. So I talked about that thing, and it was posted. That's the only part they posted. Somewhere that I said something meaningful, it was not posted. So I woke up to notifications like, hey, I checked Twitter, mom, I never gone back to that comment section. It's crazy. And actually, for everyone who was in that interview, you check the videos on TikTok or like on X. Mine has like the highest views and the highest engagement and everything. And they only target the controversial thing, I don't want to say that I like being controversial, but that is politics and that is where we're headed. Siasa ni vipindi, I say so. Lazima tupige vipindi once in a while.
Faith, you've mentioned earlier, you told us about how you would use blogs, to do campaigns, talk about the candidates, and now you're experiencing that part of media whereby people will pick on kitu umesema, ile yenye to them will be sensational, even though society is being put out there, it is being blown out, and they're not focusing on the good that you talked about. So as a person who is in that space, how do you navigate these two sides whereby you can use media as a platform to be, to be vocal about your politics, but at the same time, someone may use it against, not for good. How do you navigate those two conflicting parts?
Personally, I think it's the mindset. I've decided I'm going to do politics, and in politics, hakuna kulia, you have to be tough. And now, it's the emotional intelligence that I have. So, even if I see those comments and those posts, I'm like, yes, it was meant to happen. Like, when I was leaving my house, I knew I was going to say it. So, I'm not surprised by whatever is gonna, So, even if people comment nicely or they say whatever they have to say, I already know I'm in a political field. There's propaganda. It's one of the, the tools in politics. So I'm always not surprised, and it doesn't affect me in any way. But if I get a chance to elevate myself with social media, I always do it. The other day, I introduced myself to someone as the president of this university, and she didn't believe. So she Googled and she found it. And then I was also surprised. Oh, so Google has like a lot of details about me.
Yeah.
So it was like a flex, and I posted it on TikTok, and it had a lot of views. So if I find like a platform to elevate myself, I'll do it. But again, if I go controversial, say anything, if I say anything controversial, I leave my house wearing a suit knowing I'm going to say it. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
It's a tool in politics. I'm never surprised. And the emotional intelligence also comes in. And it doesn't affect me. We move on.
Yeah. I want us to discuss national politics. Looking at what happened, the Gen Z protest, ndio tunakuja anniversary na karibia. What do you think about the role of youth in the current national politics, and where do you think the possibility is with the youth moving us forward?
So actually, the youth, we form the largest population, and most of us are in the tertiary level of education. People who can now, as you vote, you're making a decision for a nation somehow. But again, us with the biggest numbers, we are the ones who are going to let this country down. Because you find the people who are in opposition, they claim that opposition, they want to change like things. But I sit down with a lot of people. Get me right. I'm not tribal, but this is just something I've realized. Almost all the people I know who are my aides, they are all in the Kikuyus. The Kikuyus I know, they're all in the DCP party. Almost half of the Luos that I know are in ODM. Almost everyone I know who is a challenging my age is in UDA. So we are all politicized and tribal and hiding behind reforms. So if at all we really want change, then we really need to, separate all this. Or we just need to stop being pretentious and stop hiding behind reforms. You find someone saying 1 term, 2 term. Someone will say 2 term because they're benefiting from it. Someone will say 1 term because their kingpin is out of the government or anything. So the youths have a very big role to play in this. Like, we just have to be sincere with ourselves. Like, what do you really want?
Yeah.
Are you lying to yourself? Are you being blinded? What is happening is, right now, I'm a supporter of 2 term. The first political party I joined was UDA, because I was working for people who were in UDA when I was a photographer. So what is going to happen is, the people who are claiming that they are in opposition, they're like blinding us, telling us out of nowhere, people will come, 20 million will come and vote Ruto out. That is something that is not going to happen. It is like a fallacy. And when you started, I told you, vying and walking a journey with my boys and getting this position or presidency, I just realized, like, even at what level of politics, we're not supposed to do like politics full of fallacy. We're not supposed to lie to ourselves. So these people, they're like right now hyping people who are saying 1 term. They're hyping you, telling you that out of nowhere, people will wake up very early and come vote 20 million voters and vote William Ruto out. And that is how they'll incite us into violence after Ruto has won. So let us stay guided on the same. Let us be sincere with ourselves. Let us do objective politics. Let us not stigmatize people based on their opinions. I really wonder why. If you say 1 term, you are good. If you say 2 term, you are bad. And we all have our democratic rights to choose what do you want. I really don't understand that aspect. Like, I can say yes, I'll go with you, and then that's fine. But if I say yes, I'll go with her, then that's wrong. And then you wonder, like, see, when you said you're 1 term, I didn't complain. Why are you complaining when I say I'm 2 term? So to the youths, we have a very big role to play in the politics, in the upcoming elections. Let us avoid violence. Let us avoid being blinded to violence and unnecessary distractions in the country. Let us be sincere with ourselves politically, and let us stop being commercial activists, and just be objective with whatever is here, the politics. And one thing also, fight for yourself. No one is coming to save you. Whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether your father has what, whether your mother has what. First, fight for yourself. Fight for your nation. And yeah, cheers.
You want us to close ourselves already? But anyways, let me see. Yes, you've talked about your stand in politics, and there's also because youth are always used as a tool for violence. What can we do different? Looking at the strength that we got from social media with the Gen Zs, what do you think, as like sasa vile unaambia watu directly, what do you think youth should do apart from being, as you've said, objective? Yeah.
I think a youth is basically someone who's 18 to 35. You can make a decision on your own. You can't be like told go to the streets or like go write this on the internet and you just go. You're someone who can differentiate good from wrong, bad from wrong. So if you can really differentiate that, someone is not supposed to guide you like, hey, go to the streets, hey, go and abuse someone on social media. Like, make a decision of your own. What you feel is right for you. Yeah, so tusikubali to make up, you know.
Do you think we are ready for issue-based politics, or are we still going to fall back into our old patterns?
We are falling back. We are falling back to our patterns. Like the issue-based politics, it is not what. Personally, sometimes I sit down and I feel like the system was meant to work like that. I just told you, my campaign manager like told me like we can't be doing fallacy politics, and sometimes we sit and just hit ourselves with realities. You know, tribalism might end, but it will take some time. You know, it is a concept that we found here, and it's a very complex concept. Maybe after 100 years when you're not here, somehow it will vanish, but not fully, because people identify themselves as tribe. You know, our socialization, our history is carried there, our identity. So I find that these are some things that they'll keep on recurring, and the issue-based politics is something that it will take time to pick. However much sometimes we try, but it will take time to pick, and we just be real with ourselves. It will take time to pick, you understand? But interest-based politics always. You sit down with someone who wants to vie for maybe a senatorial position or a governor position. There's that interest. My interest and my people. Like it's always like me and my people. You understand? So however much you're trying with issue-based politics, it is something that will take time. It is something that won't happen in one day. Yes.
I'm curious to know from both of you. I know as you are almost
both of us.
From her story, you could hear she's talked about she started in primary. Because it was very merit-based. You were smart, it equated to leadership. Then you got to high school, you were popular, it equated to leadership. Then you moved into now using politics instead of leadership. So what do you think is the difference between the two? Politics and leadership, or are they the same?
Okay. No, there is if you go for an elected position, for you to be a leader, that's a politician who is a leader. You understand? And also, if you're not able to lead, there's no way you can't be in politics. So these two things are they go together. You understand? If you're not able to lead a team, there is no way they'll allow you to vie in that team as the president. So you must be able to lead first, and then from there your mind can work politically. Yes. They coexist. Leadership and politics, they coexist. Yeah,
I like what you're saying. I think Faith is making us see that leadership and politics are two different things, but they need to coexist. And her journey started with I can qualify for this because I think I can lead, and then she became a leader.
Yeah.
But now what we experience as a country, and she has really brought some of those aspects, is that we politicize leadership. And then we use strategies that are there, and some of which are not good, but have to coexist for someone to be a leader.
Yeah.
And I think when you now get into that position as MCA or woman rep or president, now you have to remember that I'm here now as a leader. I'm not supposed to politicize the services I'm going to give to the people. I'm not going to say now I will give people that belong to this community or people who are based in this region are the only ones who will get services that they're supposed to as citizens through just because I'm on this seat. When you become someone who sits in a public office, now you serve the public. You do not serve the people who helped you to politicize your way to that seat. Yeah. And I think that is something that young people and anyone who is getting into politics need to learn about. And even from your journey, Faith, we could see that you've had to navigate those transitions between how it was for you in primary, how it was in high school, and how it will be now when you get into, national politics. And we wish you all the best.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Do you want to vie for a political seat in 2027?
In 2027, I'm not going to vie. But one thing for sure, safari ni Ikulu. Tutaingia pia bunge. Tuingie Ikulu.
Okay.
Judy, please wrap us up.
Oh, thank you so much, Faith. It was so wonderful to speak to you. I love that you started us off from when you were quite a young person in primary. We could see the whole picture and how you grew into the journey. It was quite a pleasure for you to be on the State of Our podcast. And thank you so much, viewer, for listening to us and for walking this journey with Faith. Please like, share, subscribe. And as we come to the end of the episode, remember that we, as State of Our podcast, are moving from minimums to real equality. Until next time, thank you so much.